you very much, Pastor James. And so, if batla o tseba ka nna, o ka sheba mosebetsi ko etsang, how I taught my wife financial planning. I'm here to introduce, ladies and gentlemen, Apostle Charles Ngobeni, who is an author, a serial entrepreneur, and a business coach. He holds a secondary teacher's diploma, a science education diploma, a BSc mathematical sciences, as well as a master's degree in business administration with the University of Witwatersrand. He did his ministerial training with the Rima Bible College and was later ordained a minister at Miracle Valley Churches in March of 2010. He runs a number of his own businesses, which include transportation, Wimpy Restaurants, fuel station, art of skin care cosmetics, guest houses and farms. He is currently in the process of building his own shopping mall. His companies have won several awards over the years. Charles attributes his success to godly principles of tithes and offering. Over 3 decades, he had been supporting many organizations and individuals on a monthly basis. And I'm a witness of that. Since 2008, each year he has been taking pastors to Israel on a pilgrimage at no cost to them. Now, Charles uses his talk show slots, Marketplace with Charles Ngobeni, its own television, to fight poverty by creating kingdom financiers. He has actually invited me to the marketplace. So one day, TV an interview. He interviewed great men that I honor, including the likes of, I'll tell you now, Bill Winston, my man. And I was happy to see him, in that program of his. So if you want to know more about him, go to YouTube or just go Charles Ngobeni, go internet, you'll see him. He's got so much. And I want to say to my brother, Charles, it is a great honor. So what he's going to share with us today is from his heart.
Well, greetings, the apostle of the house, apostle of the Abundant Faith Christian Center, Apostle Sam Macheke, and your beautiful First Lady. It has been said that I wrote some few books. The first book that I wrote, it was Footprints of a Legend, which is just a story about my life, where I come from pauper to purpose. It's a book that talks about how I started when I had absolutely nothing, and I had to finance myself to where I am today. It's an autobiography. So I keep on adding to it. So this book, the highlight of the book at the end, it ends up with a divorce. But don't think I'm still on the market. I'm off the market. So you must read that book with that disclaimer, that I am off the market. The second one is Unlocking the Success Code. I've got 12 traits of highly successful people. You know what makes me angry is that as bad black people will go to church Monday to Monday. We sing Ujohni uyabaleka. You don't know Gurubaleka from where to where and why. We fall. We roll. There's nothing wrong in falling and rolling. But unfortunately, when we wake up, you fall poor, you wake up poor. I've got a problem with it. Our churches, inkonzo ayiphumi. And then mabunu mangena kereke 1 hour. And they've got everything that they have. 1 hour. What's wrong with black person? We have to get this thing right. Then I had to study these people. Why is it that they're successful? What is it that makes them to tick? And then I put it here. You will never read this book and never become a multi-millionaire. If you're born in poverty, poverty is not born in you. If you're born in lack, lack is not born in you. If you're born in a zozo is not born in you. Each and every one of you under the sound of my voice have a potential to be a success story. You can rewrite your own history. All of us, we can all rewrite our history. You know, when I went through my tough divorce the other time, and one of the bad part of divorce is that you have to share assets. And now we negotiated and debated and negotiated and debated. I made an offer. My wife refused. And guess who was making money? The lawyers. Every time they write a letter, it's an invoice. They were making money. Then I went to my wife, I said, look, I'm tired of this. I gave you a good offer, a house fully paid, fully furnished, a brand new house, and you still don't want it. Okay? What do you want? She doesn't know. I said, okay, have everything. Take literally everything, the debts and everything. I'll walk like this. Why? Because I knew that the way and the path that I took to be who I was, I would never get lost again. In fact, it was going to be even quicker for me to reach the same state, the same financial state. Then I sat down. When I sat down in my sitting room, crying bitterly, I looked at one corner. I saw a spider seated nicely in a spider web. I said, wow, that's a spider inside my house. And my house is very clean. I have to kill it. I don't want it in my house. And as I was about to kill it, something said to me, I remember, Joe, those years, primary school, all things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, for the Lord God created them all. Then I said, no, I'm not going to kill it. I took a feather duster. I cleaned it. Little did I know that few minutes later, I look at another corner. The same spider seated nicely in a web which was not there. So, it can't be. Same spider that I've just cleaned. It did not even go out of my house. Now is sitting in a new spider web, waiting for a catch in my house again. And as I was thinking, God said to me, Everything that you need to rebuild your life is within you. Look deep down within you. Look at that spider. It did not go out of the house. All the material that the spider wanted, all the material that the spider needed to rebuild itself, it was within itself, without going out. Look deep down within you to rebuild your own self. When you talk about marriage, my subtopic will be fundamental building blocks of a great marriage. Fundamental building block of a great marriage. There is no formula for marriage. Every marriage is unique. If I were to advise you, I'll say to you, do marriage your own way. What I'm giving you is just building blocks. But add flesh to it and do marriage your own way. Others, they love a deep kiss. You give them a deep kiss, you have loved her so much. You go to another woman, you give her a deep kiss, it's disgusting. She wants a baby kiss. So there's no blanket formula for marriage. You know why I took the pulpit from there? It's because I wanted to talk a little bit about the clitoris as well. Because others you touch the clitoris, it's ticklish. Others you touch, they even want you to suck it. There is no formula. Every marriage is unique. Treat your spouse the way your spouse wants to be treated. You know, one thing about divorce, what I realized that divorce does not happen overnight. It's a progression. You know, the Bible says, the devil cometh not but to steal, kill, and destroy. And don't mess up this formula. The devil can't destroy you before he steals. It's a progression. All in the Bible, when you read the Bible, read it nicely. Everything is a progression. He first steals your joy. After he has stolen stuff from you, then he kills you. When he has killed you, at the scent of rain, you can still resurrect. But his ultimate goal is to destroy you. It's a progression. So it is with divorce. It does not just happen overnight. In many cases, it starts with a loss of trust. It moves on to lack of intimacy. Perhaps it goes to prayerlessness. Then you move into separate rooms. And when you move into separate rooms, nobody knows. We still see you here in church, you're still smiling, you're still playing a guitar, you're still a worship leader. Nobody knows. Until when you move into separate homes, then we said, oh, okay, there must be a problem. Aish, bafundisi. And yena bafundisi ahlupheka man. Big time. Because when the church has got, church members, when they've got problems, they come to us. But when we have got problems, we are human too. Where do we go? We are stuck. It's a serious, serious challenge. You know, sometimes you see a pastor here. He has got a serious headache. A genuine. Where now you come here on the prayer line, he must still lay hands on you and still believe for your own healing. When his headache is worse, Sometimes he has to talk and speak success and victory when his car wants to be repossessed. And you can't go to your pastor and say, Mfundisi, hey, I'm sick. Can I pay anymore? And then he say, me too. You can't. From separate houses, then perhaps eventually it's a divorce. But it is easy, Bazalwana, to stop the cycle. Once you realize the cycle of divorce is starting to happen at home, don't wait until at the end. Stop the cycle and reverse the cycle. It is possible. Divorce is not nice. I don't know how many of you are divorced here, but I've made it my passion. I've interviewed several people who are divorced, and some have remarried again. You ask them, how's your new marriage? It's blissful. They're happy. But if you go deep down and dig, they're not happy. They're not. Ntate, you divorce your wife because she snores at night. You remarry. You find that the one that you have remarried is lazy. You divorce this one. You marry another one. You find that she throws her underwears anywhere, all over the house. You divorce that one. You remarry another one. She comes with her own problem. And I'll tell you something. Some of the people who got divorced and remarried, they stick to their new marriage because, number one, we are afraid that, hey, if I divorce again, people will say I'm the one with a problem. Number two, I'm 58. If I divorce, I'm going to get a 30-year-old. If I get 58, 56, 57, they're not there, they're taken already. I'll get a junk status if I find one. Number three, perhaps we are now wiser. We know that, no man, I divorce this one, I'll get another one, I'll still have issues again. Then I say, okay, let me just stick with what I have because I'm now wiser. But your first marriage is the best marriage ever. Stick to a woman that you are with today. Never ever let divorce be embedded in your mind. With me, when I went through a divorce, I took advantage of it. I never sat down and cried and complained and do all sorts of things. Well, you can do that if you want to. But I took advantage of it. You know what I did? In my house, because I didn't want my wife to accuse me, no man, we're divorcing and you don't sleep at home, you come home late. So I've built another room with a door interleading the main bedroom, so that when I can't sleep at night, I don't go out. I go into this other room, and I made it a study. Guess what? That's where I got my BSc degree. That's where I got my master's degree. Then I realized I've got all those things, but I still have got issues. What do? Then we went to business. We had a wimpy Hillbrow, Kotze Street. And when Joburg was Joburg, Hillbrow was Hillbrow. Then I worked very hard. And I knew every time she wants me, she will find me a wimpy. And my business started booming. We moved to Park Station. We moved to Maponya Mall. We moved all over the places. Then the business started to boom. People thought I was workaholic. No, I had issues. I could not sleep. But I took advantage of that season of my life. Later on, I realized, no, man, I've achieved financial freedom, I've achieved education. What's next? Then I said, no, let me look for a godly solution to my problem. Then I went to Rema Bible School. Because look, you want to pray, you can't. You want to read the Bible, you can't. Then I said, look, if I go to Bible school, then I'll be forced to study and read and pray literally every day. And by default, I became a pastor. So my calling came later. So I did not go to the Bible school because I was called. I went to the Bible school because I wanted a godly solution to my problem. And in the process, simply because all things work together for good to them who love the Lord and are called according to his purposes. 3 building blocks. 3 basic building blocks of a successful marriage. 3 of them. Basic. Proverbs 24, verses 3 to 4. You know, Bazalwana, who has got the Bible here? Proverbs 24, 3 to 4, ne? Bazalwana, we have got a challenge. Don't get me wrong. I love prayer. Prayer works. Don't get me wrong. And for your information, every day of my life, I pray from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. From 5 to 6, I pray in a language that I understand. From 6 to 7, I pray in the Holy Ghost. Every day. So I can't undermine prayer and I can't downplay prayer. But there are 3 building blocks.
Okay, it reads thus. Through wisdom, a house is built.
You see now? What do you need to build a house? Wisdom.
Understanding is established.
Number 2, understanding.
By knowledge, the rooms are filled.
Number 3, knowledge.
With all precious and pleasant riches.
Where do you see prayer and fasting there? Mazalana, when I went through my challenges, I prayed. And because I did not want to face the devils, the problems were still there. Now that I'm wiser, I know that the basic building blocks to a successful and great marriage is wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. Here's how it works. Firstly, you get knowledge. Acquire knowledge. That's the first thing. Number 2, understand the knowledge that you have acquired. The knowledge that you don't understand is useless. Understand it. And finally, wisdom. What is wisdom? Wisdom is knowledge that you have acquired and you understand that you put into practice. Wisdom is knowledge that you understand, put into practice. We call that wisdom. So if you have got knowledge that you don't understand, you'll be stuck. If you have got knowledge that you understand but you do not put into practice, you are still stuck. So acquire knowledge like we're doing today. Understand the knowledge. And after you have understood the knowledge, put that knowledge into practice in a different situation. Apply the building blocks that we're giving you this morning into your own situation, which is unique. Acts 8 verses 30 to 31. So Philip ran to him and heard him reading the prophet Isaiah and said, "Do you understand what you are reading?" And he said, "How can I unless someone guide me?" And he asked Philip to come up and sit with him. Do you understand what you are reading? Those are the building blocks. And if I were to give you a bit of a knowledge that you need to understand for you, in order for you to apply to a new situation, there are triple S in marriage. Triple S. S, S, S. Security, significance, self-worth. Whether you are a male or you are a female, we all need it. Every woman, every man needs security. There is nothing that threatens the security of a man than a thought that his woman goes out with another man. Nothing is more painful, nothing is more disrespecting, nothing is more insulting, and nothing is more belittling or degrading. Yet, on the other hand, when a husband puts his wife first, above everyone else except God, he gives his wife the sense of security and honor. And every woman needs that sense of security. Every man needs that sense of security. When you go out to work, I need you to be secured. You know, if I were to tell you about my wife, I will tell you she doesn't have male friends at all. I mean, she doesn't have female friends. When I met her, her friend was Pastor Rabonda Agian. He's male. He's Sublime Atula Mahash. He's male. Shamalan Mavikana Agian is male. But can I tell you something? I'm secured because I trust her. And she built that sense of security in me. These guys don't even threaten me at all. Not at all. Build the sense of security to one another. 2, significance. Man needs honor. Significance. You know, no wonder ukumagun malambana, wa malambana ashtarateni. Even the one who pulls that trolley from a garbage bin to be recycled. Let me tell you something. Those people, they've got the triple S as well. And if you undermine them, they'll shoot you to death. And then because they have the triple S. It is inherent in every man, in every woman to have the triple S. Self-worth. Everyone needs to be valued. How can I value you? We all have the inner pride. There's nothing as good as going to your spouse and say, I value you. You are worth everything in me. Number 2, verbal communication. Verbal communication. Someone said, if Adam was speaking more with Eve she wouldn't have had enough time to talk to the snake. Studies shows that communication, we communicate 70% through body language, 20% through the tone or the pitch, and only 10% through the words. So verbal communication is broad. 70% is through body language, 20% the tone, your pitch, and 10% is only the words like I'm doing now. If I say to you, my sister, come here, I'm sending a message, come here. But if I say to you, come here, it's a different message that I'm sending through. But it's the same words. I haven't changed them. So your pitch, the tone of your voice, makes a big difference when it comes to communication. If I communicate and I don't even look at you, maybe there's something that I'm hiding. My facial expression must tell everything about me. Your body language, your posture tells everything about communication. And it's just a pity that women communicate quite often, and we men, we've got this saying, tigers don't cry. We are very poor when it comes to communication. We have to learn and acquire these skills, gentlemen. It's so frustrating when a woman talks alone. Someone came with a quote and said, all relationships have got one law in common. Never make the one you love feel alone, especially when you are there. Number 3, understand your wife's language, your man's language, how they talk. Learn to know your partner's language. Can I say this? I'm not too sure. But I think but here's a man who was working behind his wife. The wife is working, and the man is coming behind his wife working. And the man says to the wife, he says, hey, baby. And he thinks he's doing it right. Ne? He says, hey, baby. Your bums looks like a washing machine as you walk. And it's amazing. Your bums looks like a washing machine as you walk. But those words, when it landed to a woman, it was an insult. When the man meant it for good, trying to appreciate the bumps, the looks, the behinds, but it landed wrongly. Now in the evening, they went to bed. And the man says, baby, zogala ngaleno. And this is what the woman says. Angeke ngidumise i-washing machine yami. For i-washing engane kangaka. Hayibo. Wathi hamba uyogeza ngezandla. A language can be a barrier. Understand your partner's language. I had another great a girlfriend from Zulunyana, so hey, I did not grow up in church. Every time ikhuluma Unemanga. And I used to get angry. Wakuluma, you are relating a great story. You are sure, 100% sure. Unamanga. Until I learned one day, oh man, Mazulu, unamanga. It's an exclamation. Sometimes of a shock, disbelief. Not that you're telling the lies. Understand the language. Otherwise, you won't be together. When a woman says, I don't have anything to wear, she simply means she doesn't have anything new. When a man says, I don't have anything to wear, he means he doesn't have anything clean. Same words, different meanings. Understand the language of your partner. Then you will have a healthy relationship. You know, I realize that men and women, we are wired differently. Generally, women are like aeroplanes. Men are like helicopters. Anything we do as men, boom! When we take off, when we land, boom! Everything is quick. Up, down. We don't have any problem. But women are like aeroplanes. They must first, if they want to land, they must first cycle on air. And cycle. And cycle. Until they hit the runway. And if they want to take off, they must first drive for 2-3 kilometers, then they take off. If a woman comes to you, you know, you won't be surprised. She comes to you and say, "Ish, baby, the lawn needs to be mowed. It's too big." You go buy a lawn mower, you do the lawn, clean everything. Then the next thing, that corner needs to be painted. That's not what she wants. All she wants is you to be with her at home. She's still cycling. So if she says a lawn needs to be mowed, read the words and the meaning behind those words. What is it that she wants? Otherwise, you'll go into serious debts and buy stuff that she does not really want, simply because she said it. And yet with a man, it's different thing. When a man says, let's go to the mall, I want to take you to the mall, you must walk through the mall. That's what it means. He wants you to take to the mall and walk through past all the open shops. That's what it means. We are straight. But a woman should go to the mall and genala. Ajika, ahuma, angenala, ajika, abuya. Size 47. Ataka Brugra size 29. She knows good size 47. I ain't gonna fitting room. Aringen. Abuya yabeka. She knows good I'm size 47. But she'll go for size 29. At the end of everything, she goes back to the same shop and pick up the first item that she had. So we are wired differently. Let us learn to speak softly to each other. I had a video that I wanted to play, but unfortunately, I don't think I will be able, but you'll be able to get the sound. I've got a video of this man on the cliff. The man is on top. When the man is there on top of him, there's a huge rock. that is on him, and the guy is bleeding. The wife is down there, and the man is trying to pull the wife and save her from the cliff. But the wife does not see what's happening on top, and the man does not see what's happening down there. And the man is complaining with this woman, why can't she put a little bit more effort so that I'm able to pull her up, because there's a huge rock on top of me. And yet the wife as well, she's saying, why is it that this man can't put more effort? And with the wife down there was a snake. And the man does not see the snake. And if the woman goes and put one foot on the rock, the snake was going to bite her.
I recently came across this image and story and had to share it with you. The man in this picture doesn't know that there is a snake underneath. The woman doesn't know that there is a stone crushing the man. The woman thinks, I am going to fall, and I can't climb because the snake is going to bite me. Why can't he use a little more strength and pull me up? The man thinks, I am in so much pain, yet I'm still pulling you as much as I can. Why doesn't she try and climb a little harder? The moral is, you can never see the pressure the other person is under, and the other person can't see the pain you're in. This is life. Whether it's with work, family, feelings, or friends, we should try to understand each other a little more. Try to see the situation from the other person's point of view. Put yourself in their shoes. Learn to think differently. Be more open to other perspectives and opinions. A little kindness and patience goes a long way. Everyone we meet is fighting their own battle, some you will never hear about. You may wish other people would be more understanding and compassionate and helpful to you, so be all those things for other people. Lori Deshen once gave some priceless advice. She said, practice the pause. Pause before assuming. Pause before accusing. And pause whenever you're about to react harshly. You might avoid saying things you'll later regret. Be kind to each other.
Take a pause. Don't be hasty to speak. Take a pause. Proverbs 15 verses 1 says, a soft answer turns away wrath, but harsh words stirs up anger. Proverbs 25:11 says, a word fitly spoken is like apples of gold in settings of silver. Speak gently. Use kind words. When your woman comes to you and say, do I look fat? Never ever say, yeah, baby. Better lie and repent later. If she asks you, how is this dress? If you feel it's not good, rather fix it. But the minute you tell you look like you are going or you're coming, I can't even see, your back and your behind is the same, you are in trouble. Use kind words. There are 5 things that a woman needs. There are also 5 things that a man needs. 5 things that a woman needs, 5 things that a man needs. It's not only 5. These are the top 5 for me. It could be different from you. 1, for a woman needs you to take a lead. A woman wants you to be a prophet in the family. A woman needs a clear vision. A woman needs purpose. A woman needs you to be decisive. A woman needs to know where both of you are going. A woman needs to know where you are taking her to. A woman needs something that she can work with. If you don't do this to a woman, she's confused. She wants clarity of purpose. Where are you taking me? Where will we be in 5 years' time? Will we still be staying in the same zozo? Or are we moving? Are we advancing? She needs something that she can work with. She needs a vision board. That's a woman. 2, a woman needs honesty. Gentlemen, a woman can smell a lie a mile away. I don't know how they get this, but they can smell a lie a mile away. Number 3, a woman needs security. I've already spoken about security. But this is not limited to financial providence, yet it goes beyond emotional security. She wants to feel appreciated. You know, I've learned one thing with women when it comes to money and security. Men don't like this. But gentlemen, you are a prophet in your own home. You are a provider in your own home. And you are also a protector in your own home. The 3 P's. You are a prophet, a provider, and a protector. Her money, for me, her money, it is a her money. My money, it is our money. Men don't like this, but I am not going to debate with a woman. There is nothing like 50-50 in the Bible. I go on a 50-50. God created me, a man, to be a provider. And let me tell you something. Take that money, give it to a woman. You'll be shocked one day when there's no food in the house. Every day, year in, year out, she'll cook something that you don't even understand where it comes from. And then yet when you don't have money, Number 4, a woman needs intimacy. Intimacy that goes beyond verbal communication and not just sex. She needs your time and your presence. Number 5, she needs loyalty. No woman ever wants to share you with another woman. And yet when they lie, look, number 2. Number 2. Utabona. Number 3 angengeni. Number 2 wakwata. Because angalabi. That's a reality. If you can, gentlemen, A, X, E, X, V, E, X. X, the X. Take the X and X your X. That's another chapter in my new coming book called Love Matters. X, X, the X. William Golding, which was a British novelist, wrote this. I think women are foolish to pretend they are equal to men. They are far superior and always have been. Whatever you give a woman, she will make it greater. If you give her the sperm, she'll give you a baby. If you give her a house, she'll give you a home. If you give her groceries, she will give you a meal. If you give her a smile, she will give you her heart. She multiplies and enlarges what is given to her. So, if you give her crap, be ready to receive a ton of dung, because she's going to multiply it. For men, 5 things that they want. Simple. We've got 5 as well. And I know some others, they think of sex. No. It's the bottom of the list. Sex is very cheap. Very cheap. What men want, number 1, respect. Number 2, respect. Number 3, respect. Number 4, respect. Number 5, and respect. And nothing else. Sex is cheap for men. You know, it's only that we just behave because we're Christians. But you can get it anywhere. If you go to Hillbrow, you can even buy it. And in fact, you can even buy something that you like. If she does not do what you want, you go and buy a different one immediately. But we don't do it as Christians. But don't even think sex is rule us. The what rules a man is respect, and much respect. The other time I was driving to Durban and I stopped at Moy River. You know Moy River, is it halfway, ne? Then I went into the bathroom. And then as I went into that bathroom, I was pressed. Like now I'm not done, I'm just pressed. So I must stop. So I was pressed. Then I went into that bathroom, Amoy River. You know, ladies, they sit down. Women, we stand. So I went into the urinal. I stand. And you ladies, you miss a lot because when you sit down, you can't read anything. All you see is a door. Women, when you stand on the urinal, it's a lot that you can read there. Nowadays, they even put beautiful advertisements there. So I'm standing on the urinal. I'm helping myself. And then I'm reading there. Somebody said, wrote something. Ubusasa bakho busezandleni zakho. Ubusasa bakho busezandleni zakho. Gentlemen, let me not waste your time. Your future is in your own hands. We need to release you and do what needs to be done. God bless you.